Yes, today we're getting back into Sievert guides. I'm sure you guys are very excited about that. I've done guides on Sievert in the past, but they're pretty old now and I haven't really been keeping up with them. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of like a refresh, like a restart. I'm probably going to be doing some things, covering some old stuff that I've already covered in some previous videos. So just keep that in mind. But today we're starting off with the bosses. We're going to go through each one of the bosses on each one of the maps, and we're going to go over their gear, their armor, their weapons, where to find them, maybe a little bit of tactics and strategy, how to attack them, how to fight them. Let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to be in debug mode. I'm going to be cheating a little bit for this guide because it's just super easy on me this way. So first boss, we're going to start off with Lazar. He's on the Forest map. Forest is the very first map that you get access to in Sievert, and he is in the town. This is the town area. All these black lines here, or these gray lines, these are the roads that go in and out and through the village, or the town area, and it's always going to be in kind of the central part of the map. Here he is. This is Lazar. He spawns with 4 guards. That's him in the middle at the top. He's got the yellow visor, and then he's got 4 guards flanking him. The guards themselves, they have level 3 armor. I believe that's level 3 armor, and they can spawn with anything from from Moose guns, which is the 9x18 submachine guns with 60 rounds, all the way up to ECMs. I've seen them carrying ECMs. They used to be way better kitted back in the day, but now they're a little bit more moderate. They're, you know, they're not so like over geared. They're pretty moderate as far as their gear goes, but they can still be using some good ammo. A lot of the time they're using PS ammo, but they can be using 545 BT or 7.62x39. I feel like I've seen them with BP as well, 7.62x39 BP. And Lazar himself, he spawns with the ᴢᴇʀᴏ, which is a really good assault rifle. It's basically the AS Val. Very good weapon. And the configuration of this gun, it is kind of randomized, like what configuration he spawns with. Like he can have the small mag, the small 10 round, or the 30 round mag, or a 20 round. And then, you know, red dot or scope. He can have good stock on it. All that kind of stuff. He's kind of hiding behind this little building here. Okay, they're fighting ghouls now. Nice throw. You're going to kill one of your own guys with that. There's a few ways you can fight them. There's access points to this central area in the village, basically on all 4 sides. So we have a western access, northern, eastern, and southern access points. I like going at them from the west because it's kind of a long open corridor. You can like take some pot shots at them and then like retreat and go around the corner and wait for them. If they do end up chasing you, they're pretty much entirely exposed and you can take more pot shots and kill them before they actually get to you and are able to fire. I also hit them from the southern access sometimes as well if I feel like I need to go on a flank or they have like good angles on me and they're kind of holding their ground at these barriers. I will sometimes go and flank them from the south. And that's kind of how I like to do it. The guards do have some extra health points, so you got to whittle them down a little bit, but they're not too bad. Lazar himself has level 4 armor, but we'll look at his gear in just a minute. The next access point is from the right or the east. This is kind of similar to the western access, I guess, but I prefer the west because I'm shooting from like left to right, and that feels better for me. And then the northern part, this is kind of sketchy because there's lots of ghouls up here on these properties. I mean, ghouls themselves are not very dangerous, but it's just something else, like another danger you have to worry about. And if they push you through here, through these barriers, I mean, there's cover for them. You can't really see them as they're approaching, so they might be able to like surprise you around a corner. Now, as for Lazar himself, I'm just going to quickly spawn in and kill these guys. Again, I am in debug mode. I'm cheating a little bit for this, but it's just for the guide, right? For the guides, so just to make it easier on myself. And there's our boy. He's kind of off to the side, just hiding. So he's got level 4 armor. He doesn't, with the way armor works in this game, there's not always a guaranteed drop chance. Looks like he dropped a backpack too, but this is his gun. We've got the ᴢᴇʀᴏ and his armor here. And then he also drops this key, which I'll talk about in a second, but these are the stats for the Vel. I don't want to spend too much time on the stats and things for the equipment because we're going to be covering those in other videos. But the Vel is like is a really good gun. Like if you find this thing, and especially if you find it in a good configuration, you should be using it. It's a very good gun. These are the stats, and then this is his armor. Again, level 4. Level 4 is pretty good from early to mid game. As far as level 4 armors go, Lazar's armor is just kind of like, it's okay. It doesn't have very good radiation or anomaly protection. Fragility is good. Melee protection is, it's on the lower end, but yeah, it's just okay. And now we get to the key, this special item that Lazar likes to, this is a guaranteed drop for him. He has this every time you kill him. It's the police station key. So the police station is this building up here that they're basically guarding. This is like their little hideout or whatever. and it unlocks the gate in the back, and behind the gate is a bunch of loot for you. So we've got some medical containers that can have meds in them, stims and things like that. And then we've got 2 safes and an ammo box and a couple of attachment boxes. Great little loot spot right here. And then we've got some filing cabinets in the back room. This looks like the break room or whatever. We've got a vending machine here for some food, and then we also have a bag, green bag in the bathroom that you can search for some miscellaneous stuff. All right, now moving on to makeshift camp. There's actually 2 bosses on this map. A few of the maps have 2 bosses actually. This is the first one. We're going to start off with Armen, and he's kind of a wandering boss. He likes to wander around, walk around the entire map. Let's get over to him and I'll show him to you. This is our guy right here. This is Armen. He's got little green eyes. I think he's shooting at me. I'm in debug, so he shouldn't be able to see me, but this is our guy. Yeah, he's definitely shooting at me. He's a wandering boss, right? He will go all over the map. He wanders around and he's hostile to everyone pretty much. Looks like he's gonna die right here, but he got killed by a hunter. Oh no. I'll spawn in and take vengeance for you, Armen. We got him. He's kind of cracked actually. His base movement speed it feels a little bit higher than usual. Like definitely higher than what I've got right now. And this backpack actually gives movement speed, and like Armen is pretty quick. He'll walk around the map pretty fast. And then especially once he locks onto you, you saw his movement there, right? He's very spazzy. He's kind of like, it's like he's on drugs, and he just moves very quick in between obstacles and around cover and things. The best way to fight this guy is, I think, just with an assault rifle or maybe an SMG if you're feeling brave and you want to get up close to him. Just make sure you're using like good enough ammo because his armor is class 4. Let's see what he's got on him. So he's got his armor on him this time, and his gun. We're going to take a look at both of those. Armen's armor for being class 4 is actually really good. This is like the best class 4 armor in the game. It's got 53 melee, 140 radiation, 55 anomaly, and 35 fragility. Those are like, look, I mean, they're all very good like mid-range stats. I'd be comfortable carrying this into the mid-game, maybe a little bit into the late game. If this was my only option, this is a really good armor. This is what he looks like basically when he's wandering around. And this gun of his is called the ᴍᴏʀᴇ, kind of a strange name, but again, 9x39. It is similar to the AS Val, but not quite the same. It does more damage. It does 10 points more damage. It's very accurate, low-ish recoil, and then good ergonomics, but it shoots at 1,200 rounds per minute. It's a very fast gun. The ZZ Vel is very quick too, but this is even faster, 1,200 rounds. The caveat with this is that you can't get a bigger magazine for it. You can only use 10-round magazines, and those 10 rounds go very fast at 1,200 rounds per minute. It's very quick. Okay, now moving on to the second boss of Makeshift Camp. His name is Oral, kind of a strange name, but he lives in the train station on the western edge. Oral has a lot of guards. He has a decent amount of guards. I want to say like 10 plus, maybe like up to 15 guards sometimes. They're not exactly like difficult guards. They're kind of basic. Like this guy has an AK-74. We got shotguns, maybe an ECM here and there. They're not too difficult, but there can be a lot of them. And we've got guys up here. There's usually a few guys at the front entrance guarding that. And then there's kind of 3 lanes you can use to approach Oral. You can go on the bottom past these shacks here. You can go straight up the middle, which I don't recommend. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Or you can go above and kind of like thread the needle through these shacks and through these containers and stuff. There's also snipers here, like this guy up here has got an SV98. And speaking of snipers, the boss himself, Oral, this is our guy right here. He is a sniper boss. He has an FRD, which is basically an SVD sniper rifle or DMR. Just like Lazar, his gun can be in a bunch of different configurations. His loadout is kind of randomized as far as his gun goes. He can have scopes on there or red dots. He can have like the modern furniture, like the polymer furniture, grips, suppressors, just kind of whatever. And he's got those DMR like SVT 40 guys with him as well. But I'm just going to spawn in here and I'm going to kill all these guys. And we will talk about his armor and his loadout. He'll have some equipment on him, some food and stuff. It's probably hard to see because of my camera, but he's got like a repair kit. He's got a DVD player and weapon parts and mulk. He's got a little bit of mulk on him. We like that. A cola. But he's shooting PS. He's shooting PS out of his FRD, which is, I mean, it's dangerous. It's 32 penetration, so that's nothing to sneeze at. And this gun is pretty good. It's got 33 damage, 95 accuracy, it's got a lot of recoil, 178, 15 ergonomics, pretty poor, but he does have like the basic furniture on there. He doesn't have the modern stuff. And as far as his armor goes, it's only class 4. It's just kind of crappy level 4. Armen's armor is definitely way better. 37 melee, 20 radiation, 17 anomaly, and 25 fragility, class 4. Like it's good for like mid-game gunfighting, but that's about it. I would use something else. If you've got something better, definitely use it over this. Okay, now we're on to the industrial area, and I kind of grappled with this a little bit. I wasn't sure if I should include this boss or not, because I don't know, like he's not really necessary for anything in the game. He's just kind of like extra content. He was added a little while ago. It's the Horizon boss, Commander Voss. He's up here. He's not even really marked on the map as a boss, I don't think, unless he's that little yellow dot. But they come in later. You speak to the barman, and you, through like some dialogue, he'll tell you, oh, this thing happened and this new faction came in, the Horizon guys. And they're always up here in this part of the map. This is a boat that docked up at the port. So to get to him, you need to go all the way north. You need to come all the way up here and get on this road and go basically follow this. You can go up into this area too, or you can go all the way to the right, fight your way through here, and then there's access to the boat here. The boss is going to be on the boat, and he has a lot of guards. This faction, Horizon, are insane. They're like some of the most difficult enemies you'll face in this game. Their armor is crazy. We're not going to talk about them as a whole in this video. We'll go over them in a different video. I'm thinking about doing another video on just all the factions in the game. But look at, there's a freaking hunter just wandering in the water there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, there's so many of them, and they all have really good guns with really good ammo. But the boss himself, he has a special gun. And let's see if we can find him here. He's often near the back of the boat, I think. He's like here somewhere. There he is. That's our boy. The guy with the blue gun. And there's a lot of loot on the boat as well. But this guy, he's kind of insane. I just backed off. I got out of that area and I spawned this equipment in so I could take a closer look at it with you guys. But this is what he'll look like when you find him. Obviously, we just saw him. He's got special armor and a special gun. Let's look at the gun first. This is a EC-74. It shoots 5.45. It's, you know, when you hear 5.45, you're like, it must not be very good, right? But this one is actually very good. It does 21 damage, 92 accuracy, 32 recoil. That's very low. 62 ergo, 900 rounds per minute, and it's got a big drum, 60 rounds. And these are very good stats for 5.45, and they have special ammo too. There's a special Horizon ammo that was added with these guys. It has 65 penetration, which will get through anything. It's the highest level of armor you're going to find in this game is class 6, so that's amazing. It does have a recoil penalty of 20%, but that's not bad at all. And it has no damage penalty, which is huge. Usually with armor piercing ammo in this game, you're going to get a little bit of like a flesh damage penalty with that, but this has no penalty. So you're going to be destroying guys with this. You're going to be deleting them so quick. And then as far as his armor goes, this has a special trait or ability, 15% chance to deflect incoming bullets, and deflected bullets heal for 25% of deflected damage. So there is a chance, if you're wearing this armor, or I guess the more important thing is when he's wearing this armor, there is a chance you could hit him. You could be doing a full hit, but it'll get deflected. There's a chance it'll get deflected and do no damage, and he will actually heal off of that. Crazy. And then it's really good for you if you manage to kill him and use that armor. This is a really good armor. It is class 6. 55 melee, 125 radiation, 35 anomaly, and 10 fragility. It's not fragile at all. This is like one of the best armors in the game, but to get it, you got to fight through all of those guys, and it's such a pain in the ass. Okay, next up, we're on Swamp, and we just got the Phantom update recently. We've got a new boss on this one, so now there's 2 on Swamp, another map with 2 bosses, and looks like he's up here, so let's go see what he's all about. Here's our boy right here. He's just he's doing his thing. He's wandering around. This is another wandering boss. He can be kind of anywhere in the map. Swamp is another procedurally generated map that really changes, like the overall shape and layout of the map changes quite a bit from raid to raid. And he can be anywhere. He can be just doing his thing in any corner of the map, and he's hostile to everybody. The problem with this guy is his armor, his ghillie suit is not very strong. It's only level 3. So when he gets in gunfights, especially with like squads of Green Army or Crimson, he can be killed pretty easily. But his gun is good. Let's take a look at this guy. I'm gonna spawn in. Actually, I'll just let him shoot at me for a bit. I mean, he's kind of lighting me up right now, but he shoots pretty slow. You can dodge his bullets if you're fast enough. And then he only has level 3 armor, so you don't need a lot of armor pen to get through that. As far as his gear goes, look, we didn't get the ghillie suit this time, but we do have his gun. You get his gun every time. This is his N10. It's got a cool ghillie kind of pattern to it. This one stays in the same configuration every time you pick it up off of him. It doesn't change like some of the other guns like Lazar's gun or Oral's gun. This one's always the same. It's always got the same scope and grip and magazine on it. And these are its stats. It's got 30 damage, 100 accuracy, full accuracy, really nice. 42 recoil and 37 ergo. Not bad for a DMR. The recoil is very low for a DMR actually, and even with the scope on it, This scope reduces your ergonomics massively, so 37 ergo is not bad considering this setup. Now I went ahead and just spawned in his ghillie suit really quick so we can take a look at it. Again, it's only level 3, so it's not going to be really good in a gunfight, but this one has a special trait too. This one makes enemies take a little bit longer to spot you. So you can kind of flank around and get closer to enemies without them spotting you as quickly as they normally would, which is kind of nice. Melee is very low, doesn't do a good job of protecting you against monsters or anything. 25%. 100 radiation and 50 anomaly protections. It's okay, I guess. Fragility is very low on this, actually. It's only 5. That's not fragile at all. With fragility, you want it to be as low as possible instead of as high as possible. And then one more little extra thing, he does drop this note. This is a 100% drop chance. His stash coordinates, all you have to do is click on this, right click on this and hit use. And then his special little hidden stash will show up on the map. You'll see this little ring, Phantom Stash. And you can go there and loot it. But Phantom Stash, at least for the moment, they have talked about changing this in the future. It's like a standard hidden stash, but bigger. It only has like double the amount of gear in it or something. It doesn't have like some guaranteed like really good gold drops or like good ammo or anything. It's just like a basic hidden stash, except it has like double the loot in it. Okay, second boss. The Rot King is in the sewers, and he's been in the game for a minute now. He was added with the Horizon faction. It was the same update when those two guys were added together. And this is one of the access points to get into the sewers. There's a second one now. When you go to this one, you're gonna have to fight through some basic bandits. They've only got like basic sniper rifles, SMGs. Like he's got a 74U, a shotgun. These are pretty basic, and we can see the ladder access down there. But there's also, if I just get out of Flycam for a second, the second access point is right here. It shows up on the map, and down there, I might put in some extra footage right now. There's just some electrical anomalies down there, and once you kill those, you can go in, and that's another easy way of getting in. I am going to go in through this access point right here. We're just going to ignore those guys. And the way to get up to this boss, the Rot King, you have to do kind of a loop in the sewers. You have to go all the way over to the right side and then go all the way up until you hit the top wall and then basically go to the left. And there's a bridge that's going to take you over to the little arena where the Rot King is hanging out. I don't have a map of the sewer area to show you, but look for this hallway over here. I'm all the way on the right side of the map. Go all the way up and then across, fight your way through all these rats. Kind of do a loop there and then go across this bridge. This bridge is the thing you need to be looking out for. This is going to take you into his little arena. And in here, there's going to be a lot of rats, a lot of chemical anomalies, and there he is right there. This little guy, this little boss. He is the Rot King. He has special armor that does have a special trait, and he has a special gun using special ammo. When you loot him, he does have a chance to drop his armor, and he will have some special stuff on him. He's got some meds, and there's the special ammo that I talked about. There's this gun, and he can have these chemical grenades. These are new grenades that were added with him when they introduced him into the game. We'll talk about those in a second. This is what his armor looks like. We'll go over this first. This armor is special because you can heal yourself with it if you stand on top of chemical anomalies. Restore HP while standing on chemical anomalies. Pretty cool. It's got 70 melee protection, which is actually very high, 200 radiation protection, 50% anomaly protection, and a fragility of 5. This stuff is really strong as well, not very fragile at all. And it's level 5, which is good. That's respectable. His gun is a BBSH. Now, when you think of BBSH, you think of it's the PPSH, right? You find those in the early game. You find those off of bandits in the forest. You're like, that's kind of a shitty gun. But this one is special. This does 13 damage. It has 81 accuracy, 27 recoil, 74 ergonomics, and it shoots at 1,800 rounds per minute. That is very, very fast. Just doing a quick comparison to the regular BBSH, this thing shoots at 900 rounds per minute. So we're doubling the rate of fire on this thing. And even though we're doing low damage, the key to this is the special ammo, the 7.62x25 chemical ammo. It does 100 penetration. It penetrates everything in the game. It pierces right through everything. It does half the damage. So when you hit somebody with it and you get a full hit, you're only going to be doing about 6.5 damage because the damage on the gun is 13. But you're piercing through every single armor in the game. Even up to class 6, you're piercing right through it. It's like it doesn't even exist. So that is a very interesting setup. You're going to have to decide for yourself if that's worth it, if you want to use that. I think it is. Maybe not into the late game, but it is very cool. And then, of course, we have these grenades, these chemical grenades. These will explode, and they'll drop a bunch of chemical anomalies around that you can use to harm enemies and also heal yourself. So that's kind of cool. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. We're on the mall, and there are 2 bosses on this map. This is a parking lot here. This is actually definitely not part of the mall. This is the mall, this big gray block in the middle. And there's a few ways to get inside here. The first boss is on the main floor where all the stores are, and then the second boss is in the underground parking garage. This here is the access to the underground parking garage on the left-hand side, and then right next to it is going to be an entrance to the actual mall where all the stores are, and you can find the first boss. And then this is the central kind of main access to the mall, and then we have the same thing except mirrored on the right side. This is another entrance to the mall, and this is another entrance to the parking garage. Again, we're going to go over the layout of the mall, and we're going to do map guides in different videos, so we're just going to go past all this for now. Going straight up the middle, there's a few places this guy can spawn in, but we're just going to try and find him first. Okay, here he is. He spawned inside the gun store this time. This is ᴍᴏ. Oh, we got ghouls in the gun store too. Watch out, buddy. Don't get surprised. This is the man. Obviously, if you've played any Escape from Tarkov, you're going to see some similarities here. This guy is definitely inspired by ᴍᴏ from Escape from Tarkov. He's even in the mall map. He's kind of like the boss of the mall. And he's got an RPK with a drum mag, and he's got that cool, you know, face mask, level 6 armor. And this guy is very aggro. When he sees you, when he aggros on you, he's going to push very hard. He's going to run at you, and he's very fast. So be careful when you fight this guy. He's using good 545 ammo. He's using BP most of the time, I think. Or I think he's always using BP. He used to use BT, but ever since they added BP in the game, he's using that. So let's spawn in. I'm cheating. You can't kill me. We'll just take care of him. He's going to have his gun, obviously, and then he's going to have his armor. Let's talk about the gun first. His gun is always in the same configuration. It's always the same no matter what. The way it's spec'd out, he's got 21 damage, 79 accuracy, 49 recoil, 71 ergo, and it shoots at 600 rounds per minute with a 95 round drum magazine. That is a lot of ammo. And we can see here, we can loot some BT and BP off of him. BP is very good. It's 53 pen, and then BT is 40. And then he also has this key card, which unlocks the back storage room of the gun store. You can get a lot of good loot back here. There's a lot of boxes. We got a few safes, some attachment boxes, some ammo boxes, and two, the green ones are actually armor repair kit boxes. Whenever you loot these, they're going to have armor repair. So kind of helpful if you go up against ᴍᴏ. He lights you up, he destroys your armor a little bit. You can just grab one of these. If you're lucky enough to get the kits that you need, you can grab your little repair kits and use those to fix yourself up after the fight. Now, what's kind of disappointing about ᴍᴏ is his armor. It is class 6 and it is cool. He's got the visor and everything, or the face mask. But as far as stats go, it's pretty lackluster. It leaves a lot to be desired. It's only got 25 melee protection, 30 radiation, 0 anomaly. So if you run over a chemical anomaly or a fire anomaly or something like that, you're going to be taking full damage. There's no reduction of damage with this. And fragility is pretty high. It's up there at 40. If this is the only class 6 armor that you've got, and you know you're going in to do a quest where you're going to have to get into like a gunfight in particular, then this is still a good option. It's going to protect you from those bullets, right? But if you're planning on going in and taking out a lot of ghouls and you're risking getting bit, like melee damage, this is not really your best option. You're better off going with like a level 4 that might have some better melee protection. And yeah, a little bit of a trade-off with that one. ᴍᴏ can spawn in a few different areas. We saw he spawned in the gun store there. He's kind of aggro on me. He can spawn inside the blue unmarked store. These guys are just going crazy. These guys spawn whenever I go into debug mode. It's very annoying. Anyways, he can spawn over here as well. He can also spawn on the right-hand side in this hallway in between the pizza shop and the gym. Looks like we got some watchers over here just killing the ghouls. He can also spawn on the right-hand side, on the lower side, like just outside the pizza shop, or I've seen him over here on the left side as well. He can also spawn right up front where the main entrance is to the food court, right here, kind of above these benches, or he can be hanging out just outside the sushi bar over here. Those are the only places where he can spawn, really. He doesn't spawn anywhere else on like outside these other hallways. He's always either in the food court or up by the gun store, basically. All right, now the next boss, the Devil. He has kind of a scary name, and he lives in the underground parking garage of the mall. The underground parking garage is divided into basically 3 sections, basically left, right, and middle, and he can spawn in like any one of those 3. Unfortunately, if you open your map, you can't see anything down here, but let's try and find him. Okay, I actually couldn't find him in there. Maybe he got killed by something, or maybe, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't find him. But this is what he'll look like when you see him in there. He's got this crazy looking armor. It looks very weird. And he's got this pistol. Let's go over his equipment. This is his armor. It's actually class 6, which is really nice. It's got 62 melee protection, 150 radiation, 30 anomaly, and 30 fragility. This is hands down better than ᴍᴏ's armor. It's actually It's a lot better, especially in terms of radiation and melee protection. It's quite a bit better. So if I had the option, I would definitely be using this over ᴍᴏʀ's armor. And this is his weapon. It's a 50 BMG pistol. It looks kind of like a revolver. It's classed as a bolt action, but it does big damage. It does 50 damage, 75 accuracy, 150 recoil, 38 ergo, and it's got a 5-round capacity. So the 50 BMG rounds you can actually buy from the barman once you unlock them. And I don't think you can actually craft them at the moment. At least, yeah, not yet. I think the only way to get them is to buy them. Okay, here we are on Zakov, and this is the final boss in the game. We're in the home stretch here. This guy's name is Valentine, and he spawns with some guards. Looks like they kind of found their way into some fire anomalies there to rip into those guys. But this guy is kind of insane. He's aggro, kind of like 괍ᴏ, but then he's also got guards, and these guys have some pretty good kit. This guy has a Gruza that can be either 9x39 or 7.62x39. This guy, he's walking into the fire. Watch out! He looks like he has an ECM or something similar, maybe even an EC308. I'm not sure, but they're always using good ammo. They're always using BP, BT, you know, all those AP rounds. And then this guy has a PKM, or I forget what this is called in game, but it's basically, it's an assault rifle. It's classed as an assault rifle, but that's because there's no LMG class in this game. It shoots kind of slow for a machine gun. It's 600 rounds per minute, which is comparable to like an EC weapon. But he's also got good armor. So let's just kind of drop in here. We'll kill him and we'll take a look at his gear. He spawns with a bunch of things. Looks like he spawned with a ton of meds and repair kits this time. It's kind of hard to see because of my camera again, but he uses SNB with this gun. This is a 7.62x54R gun. And he also spawns with the key, which we'll take a look at in a second. But this is his weapon, the PMK. That's what it's called. It does 29 damage, 57 accuracy, 110 recoil, 15 ergo. That is super low, and 600 RPM with a 100 round magazine. That is kind of like a silver lining, or like a reason to use this gun. The magazine size is huge. Another downside to it actually is that you can't modify it really. I think you may be able to put a grip on it as well, but only a grip and an optic. That's pretty much it. This is his armor. He's also wearing class 6. All these later bosses are wearing class 6 armor. This is the armor that I wear most of the time actually. I really like this armor. 62 melee protection is very high. 120 radiation, 30 anomaly, and 32 fragility, again being at class 6. So this is really good. This is like a great all-around armor. It's good for melee, it's good for gunfights. Great armor, I love it. And then he always drops this key. This is the Zakov police station armory key. This is a 100% drop chance. He will always have this, and I will go and show you where the police station is. So the police station is actually very close to spawn. When you come in on the train, you're gonna have an option to go straight like up a ladder and onto the street here, or you're going to have an option to go into the sewers. I always go up to the street level. So if you go that way, you can come up here past the construction site, which like it'll have some guys at it. Depending on like which quest line you took, it'll have Crimson or Green Army here. Go past that and you'll see the fire station. Go past that. There's two kind of alleyways you can go up, or like a road and an alleyway. Go up either one of those. And then the police station is going to be just on top of the fire station here. There's two access points on the southern edge and the western edge. A lot of times there's bandits here. It's kind of like it can be a bandit hideout. Bandits outside, you can fight through them pretty easily. And then the entrance, you can get in from the garage over there, or you can go in through the main entrance, the front door right here. Let's go in here. And depending on RNG, there can be bandits inside this thing. There could be monsters. It's just kind of, you know, it's RNG, just like a lot of other aspects of this game. There are a lot of bandits in here, so just be careful of that. If you do run into these guys, they can be pretty aggressive and be very dangerous. But walk through this way. The storage room is kind of in the middle, the back middle. Just go through this office area with all these desks to this wooded floor, and then the gate is right here. This is where you use the key on. And then you have some attachment boxes and ammo boxes in here that you can loot. Full of good stuff. And that's all the bosses in ⴍᴏ, guys, at least for now. I don't know if they're going to add any more, but that's everybody as of July 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some useful information out of this, and I hope it helps you on your raids and help to track down these guys and take them out and get their gear, get their loot as efficiently as possible. If you guys have any ideas or you want to see like specific guides on specific aspects of ⴍᴏ, leave it in the comments and I'll pick through those and I'll see, you know, which ones look the most interesting, and I'll try and do some guide videos on your suggestions in some follow-up videos to this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. It really helps me out with my YouTube algorithm overlords. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.